Hello, it's EJ Morris, and welcome to another life changing Wellness Club conference call. Today, I'd like to introduce you to a scientist associate of mine, Lawrence Chilcott from Australia. Lawrence has discovered through his faith in God's gift of healing that he was able to cure an incurable eye disease diagnosed as macular degeneration. And I'd like to begin, Lawrence, by asking you why you preferred God's free health plan over modern medical practice and prescription drugs.
Yes, Ed, it's a part of a long story, but briefly it goes something like this. I attended Sunday school at the age of 8 while the Battle of Britain raged overhead during the day and the German bombers dropped bombs on us during the night. And I learned two things, which I've always remembered, namely, Christians, O ye of little faith, and what Jesus meant when he said, Physician, heal thyself. And in more recent times, 2006, aged 76, I was diagnosed with a serious eye disease called macular degeneration, which I was told was incurable and that permanent blindness would be the end result, as there was no known prescription drug or surgery that could cure this terrifying disease.
Wow, that sure is depressing news, Lawrence. As I imagine, no one listening would like to be told they were going blind. So what did you do to decide to do about it, Lawrence?
For some extraordinary reason, I believe there had to be another way, a natural way of helping me overcome this terrifying disease that, as far as Western medicine knew, had no known cure. And so, having a Bachelor of Degree in Science, I decided to research the internet to find a solution.
I know you found a natural healing solution, Lawrence. How did that come about?
To tell you the truth, Ed, I'm not really sure how it happened. However, I believe that my continued belief that there was a natural solution became self-evident when I received an email with the words adult stem cells in the subject line.
Okay, Lawrence, you received an email about adult stem cells. So then what did you discover that convinced you that you had found a solution to repair your damaged eyesight?
I learned a number of valuable insights. Number one, that my faith in God's bounty was not false. Number two, that God's gift of healing power, our very own adult stem cells, have been bestowed upon us all. Thirdly, that our adult stem cells are proven and able to repair and regenerate our worn, damaged and diseased cell tissue, and thereby to restore our bodies back to health again.
Those are certainly life-changing facts, Lawrence. So what else did you learn about adult stem cells?
I learned about a stem cell releaser, a natural health supplement that had been medically proven to release millions of my hidden away adult stem cells from my bone marrow into my blood. Thereafter, as my blood circulates around the body, the stem cells migrate to the area under stress and begin the important repair and regeneration work of getting new cell tissue.
I understand, Lawrence, that apart from your faith in God, you are also convinced that Jesus had referred to God's gift of healing. Can you tell us more?
Yes, as I indicated earlier, I remember being told about what Jesus said, and it occurred to me he was advising the physician to utilize the healing power all humans are blessed with to restore themselves back to health again.
Okay, so Lawrence, having now learned the truth about God's free health plan, I know our listeners want to know exactly what you did next.
Well, after checking the scientific data of the all-natural stem cell releaser health supplement, I commenced taking 2 capsules twice a day. And after a while, I noticed a reduction in the number of bouts of temporary blindness that had daily been into my life. And some 30 weeks later, I no longer had the problem at all.
That's incredible, Lawrence. So let me get this straight. Your very own God-given adult stem cells were able to cure your eye disease. So now, what do you does this mean? This wellness, this amazing wellness discovery. What does it mean to you?
Well, this to me, Ed, meant that my faith in God's free gift of health, my very own adult stem cells, had cured what my doctor had told me was incurable, my macular degeneration. So can you imagine how I felt, Ed? My faith in God's gift had cured an incurable disease.
Wow. And now, Lawrence, you feel your experience and faith in God's free gift of healing should be known to all Christians and those suffering with ill health to help stop people from dying before their time.
Yes, I certainly do. Because if I can cure a serious disease, which I'm told by medical science is incurable and that leads to permanent blindness, by just simply releasing millions of my very own adult stem cells into my blood every single day, it means that anyone suffering any type of aging disease can also restore themselves back to health again, doesn't it?
It sure does, Lawrence. But can you explain a little more why that is?
Well, I believe that because we have all have adult stem cells, and we can all afford to consume the all-natural, medically proven stem cell releaser every single day for the rest of our lives in order to remain healthy and live longer.
I see, Lawrence. So you believe that by continuing to consume this one-of-a-kind stem cell releaser, you have been able to prevent a reoccurrence of your macular degeneration. And at 85 years young, enables you to live disease-free and saves you money on expensive prescription drugs. Plus, we all know that drugs don't always work, and oftentimes these drugs cause serious side effects.
Yes, I certainly do, Ed, especially when I compare my health and longevity with my three younger siblings, all of whom spent the last years of their lives battling the effects of diabetes, heart disease, and cancer, and the side effects of the prescription drugs they were required to take, which in all three cases caused major organ failure and death.
Wow, I'll tell you, I'm just so glad we got you on this call, Lawrence, because all this information is really enlightening. Tell me, before we conclude our discussion, Lawrence, on how we as Christians can live longer and healthier, is there anything further that you'd like to add that will help us understand the importance of having faith in God's free health plan?
Yes, I think there is, Ed. Now that your listeners have heard the truth about God's gift of healing, namely that we all have adult stem cells and that they work every single time, regardless of our aging disease, I would hope that the knowledge they have gained will be passed on to family members, friends, and others in their Christian community. Furthermore, I would urge these listeners who would like to receive further news on how they too can overcome and or prevent aging disease from taking their lives needlessly, and by placing their name and email in the box provided on this page.
Well, thank you, Lawrence. I feel sure that your truth concerning your faith in God and the miracle of healing wrought by our own adult stem cells will be much appreciated by all our listeners, and that as Christians, they will pass your healing experience on to others. And thanks to everyone for listening today, and watch your email for our next Life Changing Wellness Club conference call.